Hello and welcome to my channel, Distinctive Crochet. My name is Priscilla and I would like to thank all my new subscribers for coming and checking me out, and all my returning subscribers for spending some time with me. Alright everyone, so I am here to talk to you all about a new series that I am calling From Yarn to Fashion, and this is something that I have been really excited about. I've been wanting to do this for a while now, and actually it was what I was thinking I was going to do in place of my Work Your Whips Monday. Now, of course, with my plans for this series, I'm not going to be able to come up with a video every week because I do plan on either coming up with a design of my own and working it up and then sharing with you all once I finish, or working from a pattern and then sharing that with you all once it's finished. But basically, I want to share the yarn and my process with you guys while for the item that I'm making. And I was going to try to do that kind of like all in one video, and that way you can see it from start to finish. So I have been having this idea for a while, and I wasn't even going to get started at this point in the year, but someone had reached out to me, and you know who you are. I don't have permission to say your name, but you know who you are, and I appreciate you so very much. And she reached out to me and let me know about Crystal from BAGODAY having a garment contest, and this person knows that I really do enjoy making garments. In fact, that is really what sparked my passion for crochet, was finding out that it's not just for blankets, hats, and scarves. It can actually be for garments, and not just garments but fashionable garments. So it was really exciting and a bit of a motivation for me to finally come up with something for this series. And so I thought this would be a great time to go ahead and share it with you all once I had finished my top for the contest. Alright, so I am going to pop in a picture of my sketch. And this sketch was actually drawn before I found out about the contest. It was something that just came to me in my mind, and I wrote it down really fast. And that is the just the front part was what had come to me, and then the back of it, or the thought of the back, had come once I found out I was going to try and enter in the contest. So the front part, I pretty much knew. I didn't really know exactly how I was going to work it up, but I knew it was going to be using some simple stitches. But I did want to have that scallop edging down the front as it opens, and that was the piece that was missing. Like, I didn't really know how I was going to do that, so I looked in a couple of crochet books, stitch pattern books that I had, and I didn't find anything there. And then once I knew I was going to be participating in the contest, I had actually looked through Crystal's patterns to see her stitch patterns tutorials to see which one I wanted to use. And at that time, I didn't know that this was the garment I was going to be making. I was like open to anything. I was just going to let the stitch pattern inspire what I made. And so once I went through her stitch patterns, then I was like, that's it. This is the stitch that I was looking for my vest. So I really wanted to use her ripple shell stitch pattern, and I will definitely have that link down below. It is a really gorgeous pattern. You can use it for so many different things, and it is very easy. So I did have to watch the tutorial a few times, but once I got the hang of it, it was very easy to work up. So I was super excited about that, and as you all know, Crystal is really good with her tutorials and explaining exactly what steps you need to do. So absolutely no problems there. And I was very excited that I have found the missing piece to this garment design that I wanted to make. So that's when I saw that, I was like, yes, this is what I'm gonna make. So I was very excited about that. So now I had to think about, what yarn am I gonna use? So I knew since it was going to be for a contest, I wanted it to be something a little bit more fancy, especially for what the design I was going to be making. And so I was very thankful that I was given the opportunity to work with some really nice yarns. And this yarn right here, I had never used this yarn before, and it has, let me see, it is called Universe. And this is a Hobie yarn, and it is 98% acrylic and 2% polyester. It is a #1 superfine, and it is 100 grams, which is 3.5 ounces, 462 meters, which is approximately 505 yards. And let me see, it suggests a 3.5 millimeter hook, and it is color number 5. So this is the yarn I used, and it is super gorgeous. So it was my first time working with this yarn. It's very soft and really lovely to work with, and a gorgeous result. So once I had the yarn picked out and everything, I knew I wanted it to drape very nicely. So I didn't use the recommended hook. I went up a couple sizes to a 5 millimeter hook, and I thought that would work very well with the #1 yarn and give it a really nice drape. So yes, I started working it up, and I wanted to make sure that it would be wide enough. And so I just took a simple measurement and made sure that I used the foundation double crochet to get me started, so that I made a chain, foundation double crochet chain long enough to fit across how I needed to go, also keeping in mind the stitch count of Crystal's pattern that I needed for the stitch pattern. So I did that, and then I got a nice start, and I will add in some pictures as I'm talking to show you guys the different stages that I did take pictures of as it was in. And so I did go ahead and get started with that, and I was really excited to figure out like the next step. Like, I knew I wanted the top just to be plain, and then once I did the opening, I wanted that ripple stitch to go along the edging. So once I got finished done with the top, I was very excited to figure out the next step. And as I was working it up, I was thinking about how am I going to do this, and a few ideas had came to mind. So I once I had the top done, then I knew I just wanted to work one side, and that way that would give me the opening. So I did one side, and then I went back, and I believe I added the on that side I went back and added the ripple stitch on the border for that part, and then I went back and did the same thing with the other side. And then once I had that completed, it was really exciting to keep working on it, but I wasn't able to constantly work on it. I had to put it down, but it was definitely motivation for me to get back to it and get it finished, because I was very excited. So then the next part I did was I started in on the back, and for the back, since it was going to be pretty much all about the stitch pattern, so I just went ahead and just did a foundation double crochet for the back, and then I went in and started right in on the stitch, because I really wanted that to be a focus point on the back as well, and I wanted it to frame out the opening that I was going to have in the back, because I really liked how, you know, the scallop edge looked. So that was the next thing that I did, was I started on the back, and then I had to figure out how I was going to do the open part. At first in my drawing, I think I was talking about making panels and then sewing them up, and then as I was working on it, I found a better way just to do it as I was crocheting, and I didn't really have to worry about connecting panels and different things like that. So I did that and it worked out perfectly, but I was a little nervous because as I was working it up and I would hold it up and look at it, the opening would collapse a little bit, and I was like, oh no, what am I gonna do? So I had thought of a couple different ideas, but I was like, well, let me just finish it up and then I'll try it on and see exactly what it is that I need to do with it. So once I got all the back completely finished, then I went ahead and stitched the front and the back together, and I was able to well, actually I think I went back and added like the shoulder part, yeah, and then I stitched it together. And actually no, I added the shoulder part and then I had to aggressively block it because it was very like squished up. Even though I had used a bigger hook, for some reason the stitches were still kind of pulling in, so I really needed to block it very well. And I used the steam from my iron just to block it out, and I didn't wet block it because I knew that would take a long time to try. So I just did some steam blocking, which is usually my go-to for blocking, because I can't wait for it to dry if it's just wet blocked. But you do have to be careful because acrylic will melt. So you have to keep it away far enough where you don't melt the acrylic, but just, you know, use it just to open it up a little bit. So after I blocked it, it was really nice. It was exactly what I imagined it would be, maybe actually a little bit better. And then when I stitched it up and tried it on, the back really didn't collapse like it did on its own. So I was very excited about that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and put in pictures of, I haven't done it yet, but I'm going to lay out the top so you guys can see what it looks like just laid out, and then I will also show you guys the picture of me wearing it. Alright, so I am very excited to have this top finished. It was so much fun to work on, very exciting to see it just being worked up and the different, and being able to complete the different challenges that came up along the way. So very fun. It got me really excited about making a top again, because I haven't done one in a while. I haven't really done much crochet this year, so I was very excited to actually get it done and have it look somewhat like the picture that I had intended it to look like. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at those pictures, and I will meet you right back. Alright everyone, so what did you think? I really like it. I'm super excited about this, and I'm so glad that this lady reached out to me so that I could go ahead and be a part of this and have this garment a part of my wardrobe. So I'm super thankful. So thank you so much. You know who you are. I appreciate you, and I just very excited about it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video from Yarn to Fashion, my contest top entry for Bag O' Day Crochet contest, garment contest. So yes, I am glad that I started off this series with this. This was super awesome. It is my own design, and I was very excited to share it with you all. Alright, so please let me know what you think of it in the comments down below. Let me know if you were a part of the contest, or if you weren't, maybe you would like to be if she does another one. All right, so let me know all of that good stuff down in the comments below. Remember to subscribe if you haven't. Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you all in the next one. Thanks for watching.